Hey family, welcome back to Buzzworthy Veterans. I'm your host, Ant Stroud. Today I have the honors of sitting next to Annette Harris with Harris Financial Coaching. Annette, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so before we jump into money talk, so we all love money talk and how that actually came about, tell me about your military service.
Okay, I was in the United States Army for 8 years, and during that time I was a logistics sergeant, so the supply chain, and I was stationed in Fort Gordon, Georgia, and Fort Stewart, Georgia, and I also did a tour in Afghanistan and Iraq as well.
Wow, well, thank you for that. I didn't have the I didn't have the opportunity to go over there and serve in that capacity, so thank you for that. Tell me, when you were in Georgia, where are you originally from?
I am from Waynesboro, Georgia.
Okay, so you got to stay in the same state.
Yes.
It wasn't a big of a shock
Yes,
to you or
I
anything
wasn't
like that.
far from home.
How did you end up here in Jacksonville?
So my husband is originally from Orlando, Florida, so we decided to move in the middle of both of our families, and this was where we decided to come. And it's a military town, so we just wanted to stay near the military and the VA.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for your service, and I know you're continuing to help the community. So before we jump into that, tell me about financial coaching.
So with financial coaching in the community, what I currently do is I offer pro bono services to a nonprofit. It's individuals with disabilities, low-income individuals, and veterans as well. So I offer my personal financial coaching services to them. And I also just recently became certified to become a volunteer income tax assistant. So I have reached out so that I can start being involved in that as well.
Oh my God, that's awesome. And I know with all the different tax regulations and stuff like that, having a sound person there to help you, guide you through that, that's an amazing experience. So thanks for helping the community out with that. But tell me about the coaching business.
So the coaching business, what I currently do is I help individuals basically achieve their financial goals. They have a goal of where they currently are, and my goal is to help them to bridge the gap between where they are and where they want to be. So how I do that is I work with individuals on retirement planning, making decisions regarding their careers. There's times when we have W-4s when we're working for a new employer and you don't know how to fill that out. So I work with individuals to help them make the best decision for them in filling out that W-4, and also wealth building. If they want to build a savings or learn how to budget, I work with them and just guide them down the right path and to deciding what their weekly budget is, what their monthly budget is, so that they can put themselves in a better situation financially.
Perfect. So it's not like you have to be in trouble to come find you and you help them out of the trouble. You can be perfectly fine, but have a specific goal you want and you can help them guide them to that.
Correct. Just building wealth, generational wealth is a big one as well. Just educating people and having them to pass that on to their children, just so that they're in a better financial situation. Just in achieving a goal. It could be a small goal, which is saving $500. I help them put a plan in place for that so that they can achieve that goal. Or it could be setting up a college fund for their children or themselves, just giving them the resources that they need in order to achieve those goals.
Gotcha. Now, I know the story how this whole came about because I had the privilege of talking with you offset. But I want the family members to know, how did this business idea and ultimately come about?
So it originally came about, I have a passion for personal finance. It started at a young age with my mother encouraging me to enroll in a personal finance course when I was in high school. And also just watching her manage her finances and people coming to her for her assistance. So I recently started this business in January, and it came about because of Clubhouse. I was on Clubhouse and I was listening to all of the entrepreneurs in the different rooms, and they just inspired me. I told one of them, I think it's too late for me to start this business in my life. And she was like, it's never too late. So I put that plan into action on January 18th, and that's where everything just evolved from there.
Well, I'm so glad that you took that person's advice, especially for our veterans out there who've gotten out of the military and, they're just kind of stumbling through life right now trying to get their grasp. It's never too late, whether it was a 20-year retirement or a 4-year contract. It's never too late to start something you're passionate about.
Yes, and I do appreciate that individual for telling me that. And I have had so many people reach out to me, from the nonprofit sector, just asking for my guidance and support. And I just love giving back.
Well, I appreciate what you do and giving back to our community. If anybody wanted to reach out to you, how could they get a hold of you?
So they can go to my website. It's www.harriswealthcoach.com. And on there is also my social media platforms as well. So if there's something that I didn't discuss here today, they can also look at the other services or just schedule a quick 15-minute free consultation so we can discuss their financial goals.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the family.
Thank you for having me.
All right, family, if you want to learn more about Harris Financial Coaching, please visit iwannabuzz.com. That's going to do it for this episode of Buzzworthy Veterans. I'm your host, Ant Stroud. And remember, always vets, always family. I'll see you next time.